Welcome back to Link's Awakening. So last time we handled the 7th dungeon, and so we got a whole lot of cleanup that we need to do before we finish things off, and we're going to start by doing Danpé in the dungeons, but we'll run around the island, we'll have some fun, get some items, yeah. Now luckily I did do a bit of arrangement ahead of time, so we just have to go through these dungeons. This was an absolute pain. Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, so I arranged all these dungeons on my spare time, and we have more dungeons that we're gonna have to arrange later. But for now, we're gonna just quickly go through these. So this is Key Hunter, which actually I probably should remind myself how this works, because there's like some rooms that I'm actually like purposely trying to avoid. But yeah. How's your day going, by the way, Tofu? And also, expect this to be a somewhat long stream because I am going to be going until I finish this. Okay, so that's a room I need to avoid. I'm trying to think. That's a room I need to avoid. You know what? I think it's more fun if I don't remember. But yeah, no, it is gonna be fun. Okay, so let's start by getting some keys, because we need keys. But yeah, I've just been busy with a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, has there been any update on your computer getting delivered? Oh man, manga. Oh my god, 178? Jeez. And it was all because of a freaky screenshot of oh god, what is his name? Shikigami? Or is it Shikigami? I can't remember. That's hilarious. But you're enjoying it so far? I called today. Oh man, that's tragic. I mean, at least they're like trying to get it out. All because of Dabi. Yeah, I mean Dabi and then that Shikigami. But yeah, no, Dabi is such an interesting character, especially because of like recent reveals. I actually don't know what chapter it currently is at, so I don't know where you are in relation. I'm literally pulling up Suesha's app right now to figure out. It is only on only chapter 300. Oh yeah, no. Dabi gets a whole lot of good attention in the latest chapters. So just keep on reading and you'll get some more fun facts. Yeah, no, I'm all caught up with it because I'm a degenerate. Yeah, I think I was reading, or I started reading it after season 1 of the anime, and I caught up to it, and I've just been reading it since. Weekly through Shonen Jump, or well, technically Suesha's app. So Suesha has an app called Manga Plus, and you can read the most latest releases as soon as they get translated. So if you're looking for like the legitimate source, once you do get caught up, because I do understand like it does limit how much you can read until you get to the like the most recent chapters. So I totally understand using a scanlation team. But if you want like the official translation, it is out there, and it is free. You just need to get caught up in the first place. And I understand the companies need to make money as well, so like I have no gripes with it. But no, it's good. Yeah. And it's also really helpful if you decide to read even more different types of manga, because like. Oh god, what's a couple that I'm reading right now? Let's see. Like I stumbled across a couple series that like that like would have like slightly interested me, but like I probably wouldn't have read if I didn't have Manga Plus, and that was or the Manga Plus app, and that was Mission Yosakura Family, which is like a story about a family of spies, and it's interesting. There's a whole lot of it's not the best manga, but yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, Bleach is. Oh man, I am so excited for when they do the anime remaster of or not remaster, but like they're doing the final season of Bleach as an anime. That might be 2021 or it might be 2022. I don't know. But yeah, like the final arc of it is interesting. And I just want to see a return to form of the characters, so bring them back. But yeah, no, a lot of people like totally fell off with Bleach when it stopped being animated and stuff. So I am glad that they are going to be finally getting around to finishing that off. Because I mean, the conclusion that they left it on the Fullbring arc was fine. Like I didn't have any gripes with it, but yeah. Yeah, it was confusing because it made some things more complex. Like if you haven't already picked up by context clues, I've already read it. And a portion of that was just due to wanting to integrate a new aspect and like make it super prominent. So like there were some power scaling issues, and then at the same time you also have what is it? What was the last thing? Tight Kubo was rushed at the very end of the series to finish. So the art took a big hit right at the very end, and a lot of things were left like somewhat undeveloped. Man, that sucks. So I think it will end up being fine when they do get around to animating it, but okay. I need to figure out where I need to go. I think I avoid this room and I go to this room again. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. No, it'll be interesting. Yeah, your watch is very broken. Because he has a really interesting power. But I think his reveal is super interesting. Like how he gets revealed. I think that's actually a really cool thing. And like the setup and everything, which was really well developed, I think is really cool. I don't know how much I want to spoil because I do really like what they did with it. So I'm probably not going to spoil. I'm going to try my best not to spoil. But yeah, no, your watch is broken. And I mean, it's shonen. What do you expect? Just superpowers all over the place. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, Renji finally managed to get with Rukia at the end. Ooh, not an Orihime fan. Ooh. I mean, that's... I don't want to say that, like, that's understandable. Because, like, I think Orihime can be a good character at times. But, I don't know. Like, there was so much potential. Yeah, I guess. Like when you look at how the series kind of like progressed over time, it was going to be very 50-50 on if a childhood friend would win, i.e. Rukia. Or wait, no. technically Tatsuki was the childhood friend, but it was the initial crush. Because like normally in like shonen stuff, like the initial crush never wins. But in this case, Orihime did win Ichigo at the very end. I don't know. My brain's like all over the place, like trying to think, because like it has been a while. Because like there was a point early on where like you could see a Orihime Uryu relationship, especially during a Soul Society arc, and actually a bit during the Waco Mundo arc. So it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. I don't know why so much of this is like trapped in my brain. It just is. It's there. But yeah. I do wish that Tite Kubo did play around with relationships a little bit more with the series, but I mean, given Shonen Jump and hey, we gotta have action, you know, I understand how that didn't end up happening. Okay, so I go down and to the side, and then take. There was a bombable wall back over here. I totally just missed. But yeah. But no, going back to the original question, like Renji Rukia, I think that I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that. And then I need to actually sit down and finish watching the sequel work. Yeah, that is, and that definitely flies for more of the big mainstream stuff. I think for ones where it's like obvious, like relationships, right off the bat, like you are gonna see that, and that's like more of the like the action shows. But for more of like the actual like romance that fall into shonen, no, it's not Nichijou. Or is it Oh god, I am forgetting my my key anime. Or not key anime. Oh god. I am forgetting my anime. Yeah, when reading Ed in Full Metal. What the heck is that manga? Oh my god. My brain just like hit a blank wall. I know. Well, it's been a while since I last read this series or watched it. It was animated by Studio Shaft. I remember that much, but I can't remember what the name of it is. And it's actually Nisekoi. Nisekoi. That one, like it's between, or the concept for that one is the main character had a locket with a promise to a girl from when he was really, really young that they'll open up the locket and get married. And he proceeded to forget said girl and developed a crush on a new person, and then or on a new person in his high school, and then another person came in who also had a key. And so basically there's all these girls that have keys and knew the main character as a kid, and they're all like trying to get into a relationship with him, but there's so many details I can't remember. Oh my god, my mapping brain, hold up, I need to catch up. Okay. I think I know where I need to go. I technically could have handled one more back there, but I need to handle this. Yeah. But the initial love interest in that doesn't end up getting picked. Oh my god, come on. In the very end. And it ends up being a different person. And people were upset about it. And I remember being one of those people who was upset about it. But yeah, shonen's weird sometimes with romance. I don't know. I mean, more often than not, people read shonen for the action aspect. So, like, I don't know what I'm expecting, but yeah. Okay. This is the dash room. Ah, shoot. Come on. There we go. But yeah. But no, Nisekoi is a fun little shonen romance series that is somewhat down to earth. But there's more like better romance series out there that definitely like handle it a lot better, but I don't know. I'm an internet degenerate. Where does my opinion count? Yeah. No, I mean, I mean, the fact of the matter is that there's just in general so much content out there that like you can never absorb it all. So it's like it's totally understandable. That like, and also just like anime and manga just like have horrible pacing issues and just getting stuff out. What am I currently reading? One of the so I'm not actually reading it. I'm specifically watching it because I like the way that it's being animated. Is Dr. Stone, which I probably talked about before, but basically, Dr. Stone, time or like a whole bunch of people get frozen in stone, or like the whole planet basically gets frozen in stone, and they're forced to like society essentially resets because of it. Okay, wow, Wizrobe. That's fun. Let's try this again. Oh, you're kidding with me. I did not do this to myself, did I? I did this to myself. Okay. We have a mini boss. Fun times, fun times. But it basically, what's cool about it is that it goes through and explains the science of a whole lot of different complex things in a way that like, or like stuff like making glass and or like making a furnace, you know, stuff that shouldn't be available in like the Stone Age, but they made it in the Stone Age, and I think that's a really cool concept for a manga. I don't think I can get out of here, and I cannot kill this guy. I might have soft locked myself, which means I just need to teleport out. It's just that I'm gonna have to go all the way back there. But no, Dr. Stone's a good one. I'm also working on the anime for ReZero, which is an isekai, which a lot of people don't like isekais, but a lot of people actually do like ReZero. Though you would want to watch the anime of it over reading the manga, because I don't think the manga is like as far in the process, but ReZero is really, really good. Basically, the main character, every time that he dies upon going to this like fantasy world where he has like literally no power. What is an isekai? So, have you ever seen like Truck-kun memes? So basically, main character gets killed, and instead of, you know, being sent to heaven, they're sent to another world because their youth was stolen from them. So God will do something nice for them. And so main character gets teleported to a fantasy world with like magic and elves and beast people and oh my goodness. But he has no power, or he doesn't have a whole lot of power that he can use. And so he's very, very squishy and will die. Kind of like Konosuba is a subversion on the isekai genre. So like basically, like it's making fun of isekais. But yeah, it's kind of in a similar vein. I was also going to suggest Konosuba if you haven't already seen that. But judging by the fact that you pointed it out, you probably have. And Konosuba is a pretty funny show. But yeah, ReZero actually takes itself pretty seriously, which is good. I think it does a really good job at what it does. So, all right, let's get this last chest, and so we can open up the dungeon key, or the boss. I want to fight the boss. But yeah. Does that staircase help me at all? That staircase actually does help me. So I'm going to actually use it. God. Every time with that electroshock. Oh well. I think, what's another fun concept? I do like reading ones that have like really fun concepts as well. One of the ones I liked for a pretty long time, it is a romance one, and it wasn't all that good, but like I enjoyed what they tried with it, is called Relic. And basically the concept for that is that the main character, he underwent a little bit of trauma before the series starts, and it made it very difficult for him to like wear a tie at work, and he quit his job on like the first day, and basically it made him like really hard to rehire. And so the Relic Corporation has a rehabilitation program where basically the character takes a pill and they get turned back into a teenager, and then the rehabilitation process is them going back through high school to like learn how to like socialize and like overcome their trauma. And I think it's a really interesting concept, and I enjoyed the manga for it. Or is it a manga or a manhwa? I think it's a manga technically, but I really like the concept of it. So if you're looking for like a romance light kind of thing, it's a good one. And that was Relic. So, yeah. All right, boss number 1. We made it. We are at Pinnacle. And actually what I should do is I should do, there's some like stuff that we can do around. It's kind of 50-50. I do like sitting down and watching anime, but like there's a lot of stuff that doesn't get made into manga or into anime, and so I do like reading manga as well. And I have tried also like overloading myself with shows in the past. I'm gonna continue adventuring. Or doing the arrangements, because it should be simple. No, I did not just quit arranging. Okay. I thought I liked that. I worked so hard on all these. Oh god. I was like, oh yeah, no, let's just start. Oh, that was almost extremely dangerous. But yeah, But yeah, I read a lot more now than I did in the past, and that's just due to just like wanting something to like capstone the night, just like pull up the series that I've been reading. Actually, another manga that I have been reading. I was gonna watch the anime a bit, but I didn't really like it in anime form. But it's Tony. I think it's Tonikawa to the Moon with You. And that's a really interesting one. Because it skips some of the like hard parts of like Japanese media and like relationships. Because like a lot of the times with shows, like you go through all this work. Oh yay, they hold hands or they finally confess, and then that's the end of the series. What's cool about Tonikawa is it literally starts with the characters getting married and then getting to know each other. And I think that starting point is a lot more interesting than a lot of other series, because other series they have to like pad out, okay, like what makes them get closer. Because like I've read like some series like even like shoujo stuff where like it just takes a while, like Aoharu Ride, like it takes a while for them to even like become super close, and even by like the end of it they aren't really like super close in the anime. Like they're close, but like not like full relationship, you know. So like I'm trying to like think of like the words here. I don't know. It's just interesting to like see how like different series like handle relationships and stuff. So that's my take. Is it a bad take? Probably. I don't know. I'm just a degenerate on the internet. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I think this was a good idea? This isn't a good idea. Nope. Nope. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. It is, and that's kind of just like a process of the medium and like what people are interested in doing. Because like considering a large amount of like romance series are like more harem and maybe not ecchi harem, but like just harem in general, it gives them an excuse to have a more diverse cast, if that makes sense. So like I understand why those decisions are made. I don't necessarily agree with them. So yeah. Fun. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back through there anyways, but we can get that when we get there. Ah, shoot. Yeah. No, I have like a stupid database in my head when it comes to like that sort of thing. I say as I completely forgot Nisekoi, which was like one of the series I really liked for a long time. But yeah. No, it's the industry's always like changing, and like new stuff will eventually like come to market. It's just the question is like, will it be like super popular and will people be interested? And that's always the hard part. Is like there's a lot of good shows out there, but a lot of them actually fall under the radar, which is kind of sad to see. But obviously people have different tastes and stuff. Okay. 2 more keys, or 2 more chests, and then we should be good to go with this run. And then I think after we do this, we'll do the next boss, and then I'm gonna have to run around and look for pieces of heart and stuff. Yeah. That is where the joke that I made very early on in the Discord server of intimate hand holding, that is where that came from, is that whole like culture, or like that whole, like how relationships are kind of defined in Japanese media and stuff, where it really is like, yeah, we're just gonna get you all the way up to holding hands and that's it. Yeah. And like some shows do try to like break the boundary with that. What is it? Domestic Girlfriend did try to break the boundaries with that a bit. I don't even think I probably watched like the first episode and that's it. Yeah. But like with the stuff that show does, it's crazy. So, but yeah. Because I think Domestic Girlfriend literally starts with the main character getting laid. Like that is the cold open. Yeah, it implied it during season 1. But yeah. Okay, this one's gonna suck. Okay. This one, like, I kind of have to pay attention to just like get the like mapping and stuff sorted. Because I when I set these up, I did like arrange like routes and stuff. I think my strategy here. How did I have this going? I think I go to the right first, take that stairs. Oh God. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, some shoujo can be good. All right, have fun with that. And let me know. Actually, where about are you in the series? I'm actually kind of curious about it. In My Hero, because I should have asked about that earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the right first, just so I have a frame of reference in case you have any questions or whatever. Because I am always willing to nerd about dumb anime and stuff. All right, I need to go up here and avoid the bats. But yeah. Oh God, that was like the fastest this guy has ever left his little thing. Rude. All right. Yeah, I will say that we are making good pace. I mean, we have a couple of these that we still need to do because for some reason the devs, ooh, that's fun. Yeah, Iri's a good character. So happy for her. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. I am a little bit tilted that there is a whole heart container held behind Danpé. It's not bad. It just takes time, honestly, and that's one thing that just kind of irks me a bit. But oh well. Oh yes. I'll reach out to Nelson and see what we can figure out. The only problem that like we could potentially have with that is just Nelson and I, we like read a whole lot of freaking manga and stuff, and like we have very like peculiar tastes, i.e. like, and when I say peculiar, I mean like we're gonna watch the stuff that like is not super mainstream and think it's really good, and like we're just afraid that like it'll be a cyclical like thing of Oh man, I really do enjoy this. I don't even know. My brain is like mush right now. Apologies. Of like shows that like are okay, but like are a little too mainstream. Like that's the problem with anime fans sometimes is like you get to a point where you've seen so much and you know like what's like kind of good and like what's just like definitely trying to be the hype show of the season. It's like, think of it like Oscar baits, you know, like the shows that are like purposely going for the Oscar, and you're like this isn't gonna have a lasting impact, but they're gonna win an Oscar for some reason. Like Suicide Squad and the makeup thing. That was a fiasco. All right. So like that's like why like I'm a little bit hesitant to recommend that. Because like everyone has different tastes and stuff, and some taste is good and some taste might be considered bad to others. Because like the best way to think about it is like imagine a channel where like literally it's just everyone talking about their favorite flavors of ice cream. You know, every time that they go to like a Baskin Robbins or something like that's where I'm like nervous about. But I'll reach out to Nelson about it. So yeah. All right, and I think with that, covered that path. There is a staircase that will allow us to get. Actually, I'm pretty sure I did it wrong. I thought the connections were different, but I'm pretty sure the staircase to get up to the boss room is here. And I was supposed to go left at the start. Yeah, I was supposed to go left at the start. And then come back, hit this room up, take the staircase, go up this way and around. Whew. We have a fun time ahead of us. Oh well. We can survive, we can survive. It's not that bad quite yet. Alright. Luckily this room is not horrible. Alright, over this way. Man. But we got a whole lot of content that we're going to be covering today. We have a whole other dungeon. I do want to actually... Yeah, no, it's all good. No worries, no worries. That was on me for not remembering my own dungeon layout. I made this torture for myself. I know one of the things I want to do is I want to get enough seashells for the upgraded sword. Because at 30 seashells... Actually, I think we actually have enough. It's either 30 or 40 seashells. We can get the upgraded sword. We can also do some light fishing and get some more items that way. So that's going to be one of the things I'm going to want to do. There's a lot of stuff. Then we have the dungeon. And then we have more Danpé. And then we can kill, or we can go fight the final boss, and then we'll fight him again on my alt save that I have, so we can see the secret ending. Because, yes, I did beat this game twice, so we could have the secret ending. Because I screwed up and died. Sadly, that is the truth. Okay, let's get you all handled. Actually, one of the cool things about the level 3 Danpé stuff is that he has 3, what are they called? He has a couple missions that we need to do that are like timed, and that's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Or like one's timed, and then like one is you can't use a sword, so you have to be like really creative with stuff. Which I like. I think that's fun. Okay, so we gotta go over to the right and then up, and then luckily we can just blaze on through the ones that we've already cleared, and it should be pretty easy to beat. Yeah, we are on good pace, I would say. I like talking about the pace of games. Cause like some games like go like super quickly, and some games like go really slowly. Like I'm actually surprised with like the amount of time that I've spent playing this game. Like I was expecting it to only really be like an 8-hour thing, which is like it's still a lot. But I'm actually really surprised with like how much they like crammed into basically a Game Boy game. Like that just always is gonna throw me for a loop. And there's definitely some like replayability factor with this, because there is so much that like I'm not gonna touch. Like there's figurines that you can collect and place around the main city, and I think that's really cool. That there is optional stuff that isn't like 100% required for 100%, or like the 100% rules that I have kind of like laid out for myself. But they're there. They're there, and they're an option. I mean, it's the same thing as like Koroks in Breath of the Wild, where it's like they're not required, but you do get benefits from it. I don't know if doing all the figurines gives you a benefit or if it just gives you money. But I don't know. It's just fun to have extra stuff like that. There we go. Alright, and I think this one is just kill the slimes. Kill all the slimy boys. Alright. But yeah. Fun. But I will admit, I am so excited to soon be playing Ocarina of Time, because that game is really fun. And I am, like, in my heart of hearts, I am hoping that they will do a, like, Zelda Direct, where they do, like, announce, oh, we are releasing a, like, HD remaster, even though I just bought them on the Wii U, for Wind Waker and for, whatchamacallit, or not Wind Waker, for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and that, because that would be fun to have. Actually, that totally reminds me, I could set up crowd control for when if we do get that Ocarina of Time randomizer. Crowd control is actually a really cool little mod. Basically, it allows people to use bits or channel points, and it will have an impact on something in the game. So you could like freeze me or remove a heart container, or like make it so I can't attack for like X amount of time. And it's just intended to troll streamers, and I think that's a really fun little thing. It's just finding games that work really well with it. So maybe we'll think about that, or maybe we'll do another sub goal where it's randomizer plus the whatchamacallit, plus crowd control. That could be fun. So I am constantly looking for new things to do. So yeah, trying to have fun. Yeah. And then also, I don't think I streamed since this was announced, but we're getting Skyward Sword Remaster on Switch, which means I now have to play it because I am going to buy it because I have a problem. But I'm actually really excited for it, because like even though motion controls can be pretty jank, I think it will still be fun. Shoot. Okay. This one, I actually have to kill these in order. Kill that. kill you, and then kill you. Did I reflect that? I don't think I've ever done that before. That's odd. Now the question is, for Skyward Sword, do I play with Joy-Cons? Because it would be funny. It would be content. But I would want to buy new Joy-Cons before I even consider it. I don't know. I mean, who knows? By the time we get there, maybe I'd get my payout from Twitch. Who knows? That's kind of one of the things that I'm like thinking about in the back of my head, because I want to use the payouts that I get from Twitch to just put back into content that we're doing here on stream. And so, oh god, it just of course had to show like Mach 10, which does not help me. But this room doesn't help me, because I don't need to clear this room. I just need to get to the last chest. Yeah, I don't know. I think that Skyward Sword is gonna be a fun game, and I hope I do get my payout from Twitch, so that way I can just toss the money from that straight into Skyward Sword's cost, and also towards potentially a new pair of Joy-Cons. Because the reason why I'm pitching that is just because my Joy-Cons are getting a little bit of Joy-Con drift at the moment, which is like I have a Pro controller, so it doesn't matter. But it would be nice to have a second pair of Joy-Cons as well. So, and this isn't me like trying to like shill for like subscribers or whatever. Like, if I need to buy it, I can buy it with my own money. It's just like I don't need to buy it, but it would be a cool buy, and it would be a good use of the money that I make from Twitch, because any money that I make from Twitch, I'm gonna put back into the stream. That's kind of been my like mindset with that stuff. So. Hey. So actually, it was a Wii game. It wasn't a Wii U game. But a lot of people didn't play it. What a show! There were times I'd swear you had one foot in the grave. But yeah. Also, hi Tetra. How'd Phasmo turn out at the end, or did it whittle off after I left? Apologies for that. Okay, we got a new challenge. And then that will allow us to complete. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so now it's doing that. Okay, we'll do Passageways to Control. We'll do this, and then we'll do some stuff around, and then we'll try to do what we can. Well, I started figuring out the game mechanics a lot more. Yeah, that's good. Especially after we got your mic finally working. Sorry for making fun of you about that. Okay, so we need a right chest, and then... You know what? We'll place that one there. Yeah, no, and that happens sometimes. It happens to the best of us. So, I'm gonna play. Nope, don't want to do that one. I want to place a room in here that I don't need to do. That, and then you. So the secret for building this one is to like have a staircase, chest in the same room, and then just put bosses here. So that way you just don't have to fight them. But you have to make sure that it's bosses without chests. But yeah. No. But how are you doing in general, Tetra? We did have a good time with whatchamacallit, the other day. Why am I forgetting its name? GeoGuessr. That was a fun experience. What do you have coming down your pipeline of stuff that you're making or doing? moving and shaking. I don't even know. I want to do that one. You know what's a bit of a shout? This there. Dareevil.exe Tuesday. Is that like kind of in a similar vein to what is it? Unicorn Island, I think? Or do you know what game I'm talking about when I say that? It's like kind of a meta game in a way. Is it Unicorn Island? I'd have to look it up. There's too many indie games. No, it's not Unicorn Island. Oh God, Pony Island? Pony Island, I think. Pony Island on Steam. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why my brain went to Unicorn Island. I have no idea. Fun. Are yanderes the best dere? That is the question. They're loyal. They just want to kill. Oh, sorry. I am big nerd. Okay. I need to figure out... I am going to need a staircase anyways. Man, that is a really good staircase design there. No, sounds like a whole lot of fun. Is it on Steam? Out of curiosity? I don't know if like I would play it on stream, but like I would definitely like check it out. If it is on Steam. Oh yeah, link's disabled. Apologies. But if it's on Steam, I can look it up. No issue. So I might look into it after the stream. But yeah. We're just making my life an absolute nightmare over here. Oh, okay. It's an itch.io game. Interesting. Yeah. I have a friend, he does some light game development. No, it's more than light game development. He does like actual like game development. He worked on a game jam, and he made a game. It's called Paleteer. And actually it's a whole lot of fun. And I'm actually really excited to see where he goes with it. Because him and the development team are planning to continue working on it. And like I can see it being like a pretty fun little speed game. Yeah. Let me put a link into this. I need to look at his channel because I think that's where he'll have a link to it. Boop. There we go. God, I keep looking at the wrong thing. Okay. Where is my Twitch chat? There it is. Yeah. But this is that's a link to his game, and it's free. Itch.io, you know, and that. But we put a decent amount of work into it, and it's actually pretty fun. Yeah. It's currently only, I think, 6 levels, and like there's still like a little bit of jank because game jam a game. But art's really good. Sound design's pretty okay. He's a good friend of mine, so I like shouting out stuff like that. I don't like how I've built this so far. I'm gonna swap this out. Okay, wait. I can do some smart stuff with this. Do that there, and then that there, so I can just ignore this whole block here. That would be huge. Okay, so now it's filling out the rest of this, which is where things get a little bit hairy. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Thank you for keeping me on to have in the background. Hopefully my voice isn't so annoying. Okay. Let's see. We need to make a staircase one. We could actually do this and just make it so that we don't even have to go in that direction. But we will have to make something up here. But luckily we have a decent selection of stuff that we could do for that. It's just like trying to find like the right piece, you know. And that's the problem with this, that like it just takes a lot of time, and like you don't have like all of the parts initially, and it just becomes more and more complex. And you don't want to make it too complex so that it's like too difficult for you to navigate and remember all the like idiosyncrasies and details. But like, there's so much, and it's so cool and so fun. Just having fun here, folks. That staircase setup is not horrible. All right, so now we just need to fill in this last little bit. I think one of these would be a shout. That one there. Let's get a corner piece for here, and then one of these. And we could probably get away with doing a decent number of things. Let's see. I'm like thinking about how best to like place everything. I don't have any more options for that. Man, options are getting limited. Okay. If we do that one there. I really don't like that. This one here. Potentially. We're gonna get this done though, and it will turn out good. I just need to place stuff around. I just realized I'm out of straight lines, so I actually have to replace that with one of these, which actually I'm fine with. I'm fine with these. That one there. And then just need a chest down here. We could do a vertical line here. And then we just need to fill in this little corner. Hey, remember this vertical line? Let's get rid of that and never have any vertical lines or any vertical lines like that. And let's just put an easy one like that there. Shoot, because this reintroduces the same problem here. Okay. We can recover. We have recovered. Get rid of this. Do this one. So close, so close. Almost there. That one there, and then top it all off with a closing. Just place that one there and just not even go in there. There we go. Okay. So how do the staircases work? Okay. So the strat's gonna be going up, left, go around there, and then make my way up to that very top one for that one chest. And then pink staircase, get all the chests around there, skipping the one thing, and then, yeah, that's not horrible. All right, I'll take it. All right, let's try not to die. We're going on an adventure. Oh my goodness. Stop spinning. Okay. There we go. But yeah, Not a whole lot of stuff. Just need to clear that out. Let's see. Left now. Yeah. Oh man. That Skyward Sword remaster. I was actually talking with a couple of people yesterday when I took a little break from Jen's birthday party. And we were talking about like other Nintendo stuff that's kind of like coming down the pipeline. And they were really excited about the potential of Gen 4 Pokemon remakes. I am a big fan of Gen 4. I don't know if they're going to do a remake of Gen 4. Because like it would make sense because like timeline wise, like they've done a remake of Gen 1, they've done a remake of Gen 2, they've done a remake of Gen 3. So like Gen 4 being on that timeline would make sense for doing a remake, but I don't know. I have a feeling they might go for like full on new Pokemon game, like a Gen 9 before they do a Gen 4 remake. I don't know. I was also talking to people who, like, no offense to them, they're nice people, but they definitely got into Pokemon at that during that generation, and so like they probably have a much stronger attachment to it, which is why they're hoping for that game to get remastered. But who knows? I personally would like another Gen 2 remake done in a Let's Go style, and I think that would actually be really easy for the Pokemon team to do, because half of the post game is half of the game is literally Kanto, and they could just drag and drop Kanto from Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. So, who knows? Fresh coats of paint are fun though, I will say. Remakes and remasters. It's actually kind of interesting, like how effective that is, doing like remasters. I mean, like we saw that with the Spyro trilogy and the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, but like even like older series. I mean, like Crash and Spyro are actually pretty old, relatively, when I think about it. But like I really enjoyed the remakes that happened with that. But actually, a series that I've been watching a whole lot of long plays. Which, if you're not familiar with the long play, a long play is basically a let's play, but no commentary. And it's just like really good for like if you want to like really binge like a game series and you just don't want to deal with like a YouTuber, you know, like narrating it. But I've been watching a long play of the Sly Cooper series, which came out on the original, or no, it came out on PlayStation 2, I think. And that's been actually a whole lot of fun to watch, honestly. Obviously, I had a PlayStation 1 growing up, but then my family went like full Nintendo until like the Xbox generation came out, and then we got an Xbox 360. Or Xbox 360 like got like super popular in like my school and stuff, and so they got me an Xbox 360 and I started playing that. But yeah, but the Sly Cooper series was very interesting for me, as like it was definitely like one of like the first games I heard of that or for like as a PlayStation exclusive that I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, because it's a like you play as a thief raccoon, and like you're going around and I'm trying to think of like how best to describe it, because like the first game has like its very specific style, and then the second and third game kind of changed to a more open world style. Like the first one, like the levels were like very focused, which I thought was a really good design choice. and later games became more open world, as I said. But I don't know. I don't know if anyone who's still like half paying attention has ever heard of this Sly Cooper series. But like if I ever got a PlayStation, that would be actually one of the games that I would be interested, because I know they did like an HD. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus is the original one. Yeah, I know. Like, yeah. And like, so I've been watching long plays, which is basically full let's plays of the entire game with no commentary. And like these are like 8-hour long videos. So like I've just like listened to them in the background during work. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's like a whole generation of games that like I never played because I never had a PlayStation. So, or like I never had a PlayStation 2. But I know like for a lot of people, it's a very influential series. My cousin actually had Sly 1, which is like how I knew about it. Now I'm just like thinking about like remasters and all that. That's the one that I'm currently watching a long play of is Sly 3. Yeah. I think like I've been thinking about like just like the game design of like the Sly Cooper games. I really liked how they designed the first game. And I wasn't the biggest fan of like the later iterations and how they've been set up, but that's also like I'm just a person watching. I think the characters in Sly 3 really make it up. And like I also see the progression that has happened to the series over the years as well, which is really interesting. Wow, that was all that work for just avoiding a key. Yeah. Well, what's really interesting is, so game 1 is you only play as Sly. You play as Murray a little bit, but you don't like have like full control, and like you only play as Bentley a little bit at the end of the first one, for like a little hacking section. And then Sly 2, it starts adding more of the crew in. And then Sly 3, you have like a super huge crew that you're working with. And like a whole bunch of different playable characters that each have their own like gimmicks and stuff. And I think that that design works really well. Like you can see like the iteration process that the developers had with the series. And I think that's really cool. Did I just go into this room for no reason? But something about the way that like the level design was in the first game, I really like that from like my perspective, with like minimal interaction with the series. But yeah. But no, I mean like everyone has like their own like attachments to like different games and stuff, so like if your opinion is different than mine, that's totally understandable. Okay, what am I doing wrong? I am like I'm missing staircases. No, okay, wait. So that staircase is gonna definitely lead me up to there. Wait, then where's this? No, wait, okay, hold up. I'm getting stuff wrong, but we'll fix that. But yeah, no, I'm still in the process of rewatching, or not rewatching, but just watching Sly 3. And then I'm going to finish it off with Thieves in Time, which is the last one in the series. But I know they did a remaster of it for the PlayStation 3. And that's why that's like kind of like popped into my head, because we were talking about I was rambling about remasters, let's be honest. But that is definitely like one of like the PlayStation series that's like I would love to see them do more with that. I think that's really what I would like to see. Like, there's a lot of companies that have really good IPs or like intellectual properties that they just don't use, if that makes sense. And I think Sly Cooper is definitely one that would be really interesting to see Sony use. Because I have no idea what Sucker Punch has done since Sly Cooper. They might have been like absorbed or something. Also, like Sly Cooper also just has like, oh, did they do Ghost of Tsushima? Okay, maybe I shouldn't talk. And so they did Ghost of Tsushima and Infamous. Okay, yeah, I shouldn't be talking. Like, oh man, I really wish, because Ghost of Tsushima was supposed to be really good. Oh god, my hair's an absolute mess. But yeah. But yeah, no, Sucker Punch apparently kills it at games, and I am just unaware of Sony's intellectual properties, and that's on me. Can we just get them out on PC? That would just be better. I'm joking. I mean, to be fair, like, Sony has always killed it with exclusives. I think Microsoft's only really good exclusive is the Halo series. And I would also argue Forza is also pretty fun. Like, that has been actually like one of my sleeper games with my Xbox. Like, when I got Xbox Game Pass, I was not expecting me to enjoy Forza as much as I have been. And Forza is a racing game. Just looks so good. But yeah. I'm just gonna try to get a ferry. There we go. Okay. So I'm seeing how these stairs are laid out. I don't like it. I don't like how these stairs are laid out. Because now I have no idea where my staircase in order to get down to here is. And it's really throwing me for a loop. Because that one leads over to there. That one leads to there. There's no staircase there. There can't be a staircase there. Not there. That's a boss. I'm like looking at these room designs to try to figure it out. And it won't be there or there. Man, okay. And then that's a boss. You know, I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna put that there. Just to know that I can avoid those rooms. I'm pretty sure. No, this isn't a boss room, but that's a mystery room. So it's not gonna be those. It's not gonna be that. It could be this room. I don't think it's this room. I don't know how I could misplace the staircase. But, you know, lo and behold, here I am. Or wait. Oh, am I just stupid? Where does this staircase connect? I'm going over to this staircase. I think this staircase connects over to the thing. I could very well be wrong. I didn't even realize this was this underground section. I'll take it. And lo and behold, there we are. There we go, we got it. And literally, I'm just gonna use the boomerang because the boomerang does so much freaking damage. Yeah. But no, back to just talking about like remakes and remasters. It's so interesting to see like people wanting older games in like a fresh coat of paint. But like, I totally get it, and I do really appreciate that, like, companies like Sony and Microsoft, and to an extent Nintendo, are trying to support backwards compatibility of games. So being able to play games from previous generations of consoles, I think that's really important, because like a lot of people like amass these giant game libraries of games, and then you're just telling them, well, you can't play it on your shiny new system because we don't want to read the disc. I think that's really dumb and kind of anti-consumer. So I'm excited, and I hope we start seeing more of that, or we find ways to get more of those games onto newer hardware. The reason why I'm 50-50 about Nintendo is just simply because they'll do it, but they want to make a quick buck from it as well. I mean, that's the purpose of the Mario 3D All-Stars collection. And so I think the Mario 3D All-Stars collection, I think it's a good thing. Like, I think it's a good package of games. Did it need to be $60? No. So, and that's another question. Should games cost $60 brand new? One of the benefits of PC gaming is that you can get games like at a much cheaper rate because Steam just constantly does discounts. But at the same time, like there have been talks about games becoming like $70, I think. And like I totally understand, yes, developers need to get paid and they need to put food on the table. I totally get that. I'm not trying to like shy away from that. But at the same time, like you know, I wanna be able to save a buck or two as a consumer. And I think that also comes a little bit from like just having the understanding to of how the market works. Because like the entertainment market's huge, and there's a whole lot of money that gets put into it. I mean, like video games, it's a $60 experience, but you also get like an 8-hour experience out of it compared to, or like an 8 to 12 hour experience out of it compared to like selling like a whatchamacallit, a movie where you get like maybe a 1.5, 2 hour experience out of it. So it's just interesting to think about. All right, we're gonna take a break from Danpé for a bit, and we're gonna go handle the next dungeon, and we're gonna actually first see where we're at on our seashell collection, because Link sells shells by the seashore. I think I nailed that. All right, let's make our way over to the Seashell Mansion. Yeah. We've only been going for 1.5 hours. No biggie. No biggie at all. Okay. Oh, the mirror or the shield that I have, that reflects those. Interesting. I was unawares. Okay, come on. Come on. Get me that next seashell. Yes. Hype. Because this should, or no, I need 40 shells in order to upgrade my sword. So we're gonna need a little bit more. Oh God. Okay. We're gonna do some light seashell collection real quick, because I think it's actually gonna be really important that we do this. Okay. I know a couple places now where we can get seashells. So we're gonna do that first. We're gonna do some light fishing. That's gonna be one of the things. And then there's trees that we can run into that I wasn't aware of before. So we can get that. So that puts us at 32. So we need to get up to 40 in order to get the sword upgrade. And the sword upgrade is gonna be so helpful. That's totally worth getting. All right, let's see. Let's do some fishing. We got some fish to catch. All right, making our way up here, and hello, sir. How about some fishing, little buddy? It only charge you 10 rupees. All right, let's fish. Okay, middleweight lure. Okay. Man, that is not super nice, but we'll make it do. Oh no, I don't want you to go up. I want you to go down. So there's a big fish down at the bottom that we can get. Actually, wait, do I need to wait until after the 8th dungeon to get all the fish? Uh-oh. We'll see what we can do. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Take a look. Take a look what I'm offering here. Hey. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Spamming the A button. This guy's a jerk. Come on. There we go. Big fish. Wow, lots of people say they caught old Baron. Well, you actually did it. Oh, 53.80 inches. That's a big one. Way to reel him in. Well, blow me down. You deserve at least 90 rupees for that. Something got in old Baron's mouth. And it's another chamber stone, which we can use for things. And then a secret seashell. Yeet. So that's one. But we're going to reload the pond because we can get either a blooper or a cheap, and that will give us more seashells. So I'm gonna see if we can do this. Come on, RNG. There's a blooper and a small cheap. Small cheaps I don't think they qualify, but getting this one out of the way. There we go. It's a small one, but it should work. You got cheap? Since when did those swim in these waters? It's a 16.5 inch run, or 0.58 inch run. You gotta dream bigger than that. Quite a catch to learn you that, and something caught in the mouth. Yes. Seashell. Let's go. All right. And then let's get this blooper now. And once we get this, we should be good. Actually. Now the blooper is going to suck. I'm just gonna say this now. This guy is going to suck to get. But we might get lucky. Okay, I need to reset. Come on. See? Come on. Okay. So the blooper is tricky because if he surfaces while you're pulling and like jumps, you lose it. So you have to get him while he's going down. Which means I have to spam the A button a whole lot. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. Oh god, come on. Work with me. You're almost there. Oh, that was close. Oh! I don't think you all realized how hard this guy was to catch. Like, I'm like here like this, like super spamming. Oh, 47.1 inch. I don't know why I'm Kermit the Frog here. That's a big one. Way to reel them in. Let me fish around my wallet. 60 rupees. Blooper, huh? Good, I'll hook you up with a new lure for that. Oh no, don't do this to me. Heavyweight lure? No. No! You get one for a blooper. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that kind of really sucks. A whole lot. Shoot. Okay. I'm just gonna have to redo. We'll come back to it. There's a couple other options for seashells. We can come back to it. Okay. So the next seashell that we need to grab is the one that appeared here, and it's just another ram into the tree, drop a seashell. Super simple. I'm actually gonna real quickly pull up the secret seashell guide, so I can refer to that directly. Alright, we're gonna make our way through the mysterious forest for a little bit. I think we're at 33, 35. Okay, so we only need 5 more seashells. So that's actually pretty good. So let's make our way over there. Yeah. We're definitely on good pace for finishing. It's going to be a little bit of a longer finale just due to freaking Danpé. But, you know, you gotta deal with the cards that you're given. So, just trying to do the best that we can. Also, we're at 1,000 rupees. That's Ludo. Honestly, that is one of the things I actually really do like about these older games is, like, I hated the wallet in Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. Like, I hated that there was a wallet in general, just because, like, you always have to, like, get, like, upgrades and stuff, and I just find that a bit of a pain. Why can't Link carry more? He's already carrying a whole lot. And actually, that's a bigger discussion. What are y'all's opinions on wallets if y'all are listening? I want to hear solid opinions on these. Do you think wallets are good or bad? Because I'm in the camp of I don't like wallets. I like my phone case that is a wallet because I'm always going to carry my phone with me, but I don't like carrying extra baggage, if that makes sense. Is that like a weird thing, or is that like, do you think that's like somewhat normal? Because I don't know. We're gonna handle some stuff by the animal village. I just like being able to carry like just what I need, which is like ID and like card and then a little bit of cash. And when I say a little bit, I mean like $50 cash on hand, but that I very rarely pay with cash anymore. No, I'm curious. And actually, Ashley's opinion, I'm also very, or Ashley or Tofu, Tofu's opinion, I'm very curious on because for women, it's purses are generally the money and stuff holding option of choice, and I want to hear her opinion on that. All right, so there's another one I just missed because I didn't pick up a rock. And I also realized down here, these guys are super weak to bows and arrows, so I just need to use those on these guys. And it's a bit of a joke, so. I'm stuck on arrows. But yeah. I am not the biggest fan of wallets, and that is where I stand on the situation. I think if I was living in a society that did more with cash on hand, so like if I was in Japan, I'd be more inclined to carry a wallet. But in America, no, it just doesn't seem worth it to me. But I also understand that like people like the aesthetics of certain phone cases and stuff, and so they'd rather have aesthetics over their over practicality. So I'm not gonna judge for that, but I'm just saying what I'm thinking. And it can be a bad take. It can be a bad take. You never know. All right. Let's toss that. I realized that there was one over this way that I could have gotten earlier that I forgot to. It's another run into the tree one. Hop over this and run into this tree. Boom. Pretty good. We've actually acquired a couple of these. It's pretty solid. Oh yeah. There's another that we can get out this way, so we'll do that as well. What are we at? Nice. Okay, so after we get this one, we'll teleport back to the seashell cave, and we can get ourselves the sword upgrade, and then we'll take on the final area. Whew. So I didn't realize it, but over here... Oh, I didn't even realize I could teleport close by. Silly me. But... Wait, I could have sworn. Oh, maybe I already got that one. Never mind. I was like, oh man, I don't trust myself to have gotten that one, but apparently I did. I got a couple. Man, that's tragic. There we go. If it doesn't proc there, yep, okay. So I've already gotten that one. Just take the hit and take that hit. I will say that the Pegasus Boot sprint jump is a little bit finicky from time to time. Alright. I feel like I've gone over this before. I don't know. Probably have. Actually, I might not have. My brain is racking right now. No, I have. Okay. We have gone here. Okay. Let's go back to, I think it's Mabo Village. Whatever the initial village is. We'll take a look there. We'll take a look at the trendy game, then just to see if there is anything there, because trendy game can be fun. But if there isn't, then we'll take a look at another location. Okay, it isn't. So my brain's now racking again. I need to get to here. So just teleport again and go over by the skull. All right, let's give that a try. Yeah. I will say I am so excited to be done with this game. I was not expecting, like as I've said before, I was not expecting to have like, I think I'm at like 30 hours in this game. And it's fun, honestly. Honestly, it's a really good experience. If you have a Switch and you like Legend of Zelda, you're gonna enjoy this game. All right, there we go. I think. Okay, yeah, we got one here. Perfect. You're gonna really enjoy this game if you are a fan of Legend of Zelda. So, if you're like on the fence on buying it, I'd get it. See if you can get it during a sale. Obviously, I have a feeling that Nintendo might do a sale for this with if they do a Zelda 35 event, which I really hope they do. Even if they don't announce anything, just like acknowledging it at the very least would be nice. But no, it's been enjoyable. That's for darn sure. Raise your sword overhead. I shall grant you new power. All right, I'll do it. Hey, you got the Koholint sword. You should put your name on it right away. So we got a nice little upgrade. So now our sword does double damage, which means we will take out everything. Stab, stab. All right, perfect. Well, with our newly acquired items and stuff, let's make our way back to Danpé's shack. Not to do more Danpé, but to actually do the turtle rock that we had been requested to do. All right. Boop. Oh man, slashing these guys is so nice. Also, yeah, I missed this. That was there the whole time. We aren't going to do 50 seashells, by the way, because we've already gotten all the rewards that we kind of really need from it, and the 50th seashell, all you get from it is just a whole bunch of rupees, which if I was doing like true 100%, which would be like doing all like the figurines and like all the side quests and stuff, which would literally like almost kill me, I would do that. But because we're doing just like all heart containers, which honestly I think that's actually just like a good choice in general for if you are gonna like do something like this, is just do all heart containers, so that way you aren't like overworking yourself on like, oh man, I'm spending too much time doing all these side quests for all these different people. Because I think this is definitely like the first game that kind of like stepped it up from, or like did like a major step up from Zeldas in the past, where it's like now you're actually like doing major like full quests for folks. Oh yeah, there is a thing here. I mean, I'm still gonna like throw these. Yeah, if you throw a bomb into the hole, you get seashells. I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask the person who put the seashell into the weird chasm. Marin, somebody help! Hey, Link. Some monsters put me up here. What should I do? I'm afraid of heights. All right, I'll just go boop. Yow, that was a surprise. Link, thank you. Say, Link? I don't know how to say this, but... Oi! Marin. Huh? Tarin? Never mind. I gotta go. Marin's so cute. Just can never be true. Because reasons. Mr. Owl, do you have the answer for the Tootsie Pop question finally? It's been a couple weeks. Hoot. That girl sang her song in front of the egg. Her Ballad of the Windfish is a song of awakening. Did she actually intend to wake the windfish? The next siren's instrument is to the west. Play your melodies so the unliving stones might hear. Show your courage, the windfish waits for you. Hoot hoot. But what about the center of a Tootsie Pop? Link shouts into the distance. One of these days, Mr. Owl will inform Link, and we will know the truth. It's just never today. I know I've been saying it a bit as a meme, but like, has anyone actually like legitimately tried to like lick to the center of a Tootsie Pop and like actually like do like a statistical count? I'm actually legitimately curious about this. Oh yeah, we probably won't be able to show it, but the Koholint sword upgrade does have a beam as well. Wow, that rock is schnasty. Also, seashell. Yeah, I am legitimately curious about that. for nothing other than just pure morbid curiosity. Alright. There we go. So earlier when we went into this cave, we were blocked off by this fire. But now that we have the mirror shield, we can just ignore it. Yeet. Yoked. There we go. Perfect. And we have a teleportation platform. Yeet. That's excellent. Gosh, and having the extra damage from the sword, so nice. Shovel. There we go. I honestly cannot believe that we're almost done with this game. Like, it just feels a little bit surreal. I'm actually also a little bit upset that this has been the entire month of February, is me playing this game. But, you know, we ride. Alright. Let's play a banger for a hot bit. And... okay. And we start off with the boss? Oh no. Alright. Let's get bombs. And... boop. Place another bomb. It's an angry dragon. Oh no. Come on, explode. There we go. Now this phase fun. Just gotta deal a whole lot of damage to you. Sadly, when he like collides with me, I take a whole lot as well. There's no good way to deal damage to him. But hey, we got it. Okay. Grab that. Doesn't top us off as much as I was hoping for, but that's fine. Let's go right in. Let's make our way right on in. Turtle Rock. Alright. So we got a little demon guy who tries to escape. I think boomerang's the shout. No. Takes a couple hits to take down. And then when he does go down, he turns into two smaller demons. Alright. We have that there. And then this is the main gimmick of this place, is this little thing, so you can direct it. So we'll be using that to make some paths and stuff. I'm gonna place that right there. So it's a cracked wall. And then push that, that, and that. And there we go. We get a fun little chest right here with a map. Actually, a map right now is so huge. Okay. Okay, so this map, or this dungeon, can be a little bit confusing because there's like a specific order of operations, because we need to get dungeon item in order to unlock a whole lot of stuff, and this room kind of sucks. But, you know, we'll try to survive. Try not to fall into fire, lava. I don't know. Handle all the rope snakes. We got a stone beak. Fun, fun, fun. Let's cross over to here. Yes, a rematch against a rival. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. I'm open. You're dead. I'm going for the wombo combos. Actually, speaking of wombo combos, didn't Mortal Kombat get a movie trailer relatively recently? I saw a bit of it on Twitter, and it seemed kind of interesting. I haven't actually... I'm trying to think of the last time I played Mortal Kombat. It would have had to have been like in an arcade. All right. One of the fun mysteries of this is you have to fill the entire blank space with these to unlock a chest. It's like the inverse of like Gen 3 ice dungeon or ice gym. In my head, at least. Hey, we got a key. And then it's so faint, but there's a crack there. And that just has an inverter, or the whatever it is, inverting thing. But we got that there. So we got that connection. So we could go down into here and see what we could do. Which we can actually do just via here. That's a chest. I think this is compass or key. Or it's just a slime. Fun. Okay. I meant to boomerang, but I didn't have the boomerang ready. Alright, let's try this again. Boom. Oh yeah, also Koholint sort of allows us to break pots like that. Just so good. Also, I think one shot the Waddle Dees or whatever these. No, Waddle Dees. Whatever those guys are called. Ah, shoot, another staircase. Okay, this one's actually manageable. I feel like I've approached this from the other side. I'm gonna be lost here. And you know what? We're just gonna ride with it. Yeah. That would explain that. Okay. Okay, so we've gone to the right. I see this here. That could be some potential. That is a lock, not a door lock. So door locks that one, block locks that one. We have to explore this way, there, and then around through all of this. So I think, honestly, what might make the most sense is just to teleport back to the start. He's cheating. Why is he cheating? I'm just doing what's right. All right. Actually, what's our heart pieces at? Oh, that's not good. So we're gonna get a heart piece in this dungeon. We're also gonna get a heart container in this dungeon, which suddenly makes things very awkward. Because what that means is I am missing a heart container somewhere. Oh, the 3 hit on the Cyclops. That's huge. Oh, that's so good. I love it. All right. Hey, another room where we need to fill the ground all the way for a chest. Perfect. All right. Let's go. All right. Let's cross that all around. 50 rupees. Excellente. And, oh, this guy. I'm betting 3 hits. Come on. Wow. He took 4. Man. That was embarrassing. Oh well. Got another black hole thing. Those things can actually like send you all the way back to the start if you accidentally get absorbed in them. So just a kind word of warning for anyone who is curious. All right. Okay, I think this room has a key drop if I kill this guy. kill him. He doesn't become considered killed until that happens. Okay, come on. Grab you. All right. So, with all of that in tow, we can't get what's in here because it's torches blocked behind barriers. So, let's make our way back to the center. And let's get us to that locked door. This is gonna be good. Okay. So if memory serves me right, I need to do like so. That's the layout, and I need to go down this one here. Yeah, because the other one leads you to a dead end because it's gonna be nice. All right. Does it make more sense? It might actually make more sense for me to legitimately go over here and just open this up. Yeah. All right. Let's go up the stairs. See what's up here. Okay. Wait for those to pass, and there we go. Yeah. I'm trying to think of any like games that are like on the horizon that interest me. And like sadly nothing's really coming too much to mind. Now I don't know if that's like a well, okay, we just had a direct as well. I shouldn't say like there's nothing coming to mind because like there's some stuff from directs that like piqued my interests, but whether or not like I would like want to stream or play it, like that's the other variable that I'm constantly thinking about is like, okay, what would be a fun game to play on stream that's not what I'm currently working on. I'm gonna place bombs all over the place. Doing some demolitions today. Ah, I see where I'm supposed to demolish. Right here. There's nothing there that's obvious. But there's stuff up there. Let's take a look what's over here. We need a key, which I don't have, so we'll come back to that later. Alright. Dude, the vertical slash is huge. Hey, there's that key I was talking about. There's so much that goes into like making these games and like thinking about like how not to like get yourself soft locked. It's just interesting. Okay, is it just the one, the rope snake? Yeah. So we can't get up there yet. So we're gonna need a lot of stuff. Also, apologies if it is dark. I don't know how it's really coming out on stream. Hopefully not too bad. I think the way that this one works is I literally just need to shoot the bow like that. Yep. So we got one of the keys. Technically we need 2 keys, so we still have a lot of stuff to explore. Hello. Goodbye. Alright, let's see. Okay, we got the other key, so we just need to... Can I... I was going to see if I could do like a strafe jump, because I have been able to do that in this game. It is possible. It's just tricky. But I guess we'll just settle with resetting the room. Does it make sense for me to go get the other stuff? Like, actually, I don't think I can get anything up there. There is actually a thing I can do, though. Because there's a staircase right here. Let's also switch over to the boomerang. Alright. Nice. That unlocks that permanently. But we can go up here and get the last piece of heart before we need to find another piece of heart, which is going to suck, but, you know, we ride. And there's a teleport platform, which helps a lot. So just get that marked up and ready. And also, dear Lord, that beam, that sword beam is broke. Ooh, hey, these little fellas. So you can actually approach these guys from the side, or like from that level. But if you kill them, they like the item appears up here, so you don't get anything. So you have to actually come up here in order for you to get their item or get the key that they drop. Which, yes, that means we get another key. The sound that they make is so weird. Also the fact that they like pop, it's a little bit disgusting. Yeah, that didn't work. Alright, let's try that again. It's disgusting. Alright. Mark that, and let's go. Okie dokes. So, where are we in the map? Okay, we're not too badly misplaced. We should be able to go over this way. There's a key door there. I want to see how long we can ignore that key. We can actually fully ignore it. That's actually dope. Because we can just do this. And then grab that, which is another secret medicine, which we already have one, so we just put it back. Good person. Okay. We can't go back there, though, which kind of sucks. But, if we can get back to here with at least some sort of speed, we can take this staircase down, which should get us over to here, which would be huge. Would it make sense? Because I think that staircase leads us like somewhere over here. Let's see where the staircase leads us. I was considering potentially doing the doing a warp back to the start and then exiting the dungeon and then warping to the new warp point that we got at the top of Turtle Rock. But I'm deciding against it. Yeah, how displaced am I? Not horribly, honestly. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We are good. Yeah. Oh, man. Alright, so now hook shot over to here. Open that, like so. We still have one key remaining, which is dope. Sadly, we can't make it over to there because I'm slow. I don't remember what these enemies are called. I just know that they're annoying. Like, I was not the biggest fan of them in Mario. And yet. We're gonna take out the sub-boss, but we're gonna have to leave in order to do this. So, this guy, he does jabs, and you have to like jump over him and attack, and it's difficult. You have to hit him from behind. But the secret's just to do like jumps and jump behind him. It sucks. Like, that was actually like a steamroll, but it sucks. So, just an FYI. Okie dokes. Let's see, where are we at? We need to get to here. We cannot get to there from this way. We'd have to take the staircase, get around. Okay. And that will allow us to invert it so that the blue is down, and then we can do that. And then we can get the item that will allow us to complete this dungeon, and we can try to get to Windfish rather quickly. All right, we are all. Oh wait, no, we can't do Windfish yet. I was like, oh, we're almost there. Oh wait, Danpé. No. Oh. Oh, Danpé is going to be the death of me. Okay, so there's the inverting. When fish back to the beginning. Warp to entrance, even though it's like right there. And then we can midway teleporter. We're just teleporting all over the place. It's crazy. But yeah. Okay, dokes. Wonderful. So we have the magic rod now, which is like really nice. It shoots fireballs. All right. We'll just take advantage of the fact that there is a teleporter down here. And actually, in the meantime, I'm actually going to set up a thing. Let's see. Okay, so I need to cross over this way. Okay, so with this, we can go up here and boop. And voila, we now have access to this whole thing. So these ice cubes are too cold, so we needed the fire in order to burn through them. And thank God we have that extra key, because that's going to allow us to open this up. This prick. Okay. Luckily, I have new strats since last time. Come at me, bro. I'm just going to let him run into me. And I'm just going to jump over him. And that's just going to be the strat. It's not effective, but it's what we have to do. It's going to make more sense to just wait here. Yeah, this room sucks. Like, this guy's much easier to handle with when you don't have to worry about falling into lava. That's for darn sure. Actually, what am I doing? Do this one. Okay. All right, fun room time. Where I have to remember how to solve this puzzle. Hooray. Man, that was actually surprisingly easy. I am trying to remember things. Okay, perfect. Boop, and that. Okay, perfect. Nightmare key, we got that. I think what we can do is if we go back the way we came, we can hop down to the side. I'm not entirely certain of that, but we might be able to get a little bit closer. But we are, I think, going to need to get this chest here. Got that chest. We need this chest here. There's a lot of stuff that we still need. But yeah, okay. So we can hop down here, hook shot over to the other chest. So let's get hook shot prepped. Boop. All the way over there. Easy stuff. 50 rupees. Rip. Okay. And then if I want to get down to there quickly, I just have to go this way. Never mind. Not that way. This way. I know which direction I'm supposed to go, I swear. All right. And now we can use our new tool to light both of these torches from a distance. Ah, the magic rod. You gotta love it. Every time. Open that up. We got a small key, which now we need to get back. So there's a staircase there. It doesn't say that there's a staircase there, but there's a staircase there. We need to get to this staircase here. We're gonna teleport. Oh, man. All right, warp to entrance. But I do have an idea for making Danpé a little bit more tolerable when we start getting back to Danpé stuff. I think I can get away with doing this. Yeah, I can. Perfect. Okay, so we have more flame puzzles. This one's actually a fun one, except for that Goomba. Gouache. Okay. So obviously, as you see, the thing goes through a lot of things, so you have to be careful about when and where you're shooting it. But basically, we're gonna just get this one on the fall and let's see if we can land in it at the same time. Yeah. Hopefully this has been enjoyable so far. Just wanting to make sure I check in with y'all every once in a while. Because I have been rambling to myself a decent amount. That's fine. Come on. There we go. Just need to sneak on through here, and I think there's one more. Ooh, this one's really fun. So, how does it work? We need this opened, and then that opened. It's very simple, but it's there. All right. And boss room. Fun, fun, fun. Time not to die. Crackle, Froosh, you're finished. I'll never let you play the instruments of the sirens. Oh, he's so happy. Hothead. All right. So the secret for Hothead is we just need to hit him with that. Just need to keep hitting him with the magic rod. And he takes damage. And to keep him flying longer, if you hit him with your sword, he stays flying longer. I think. Yeah. Oh. Back in. He's removed his shell. Now it's just basically staying in place. Crackle, why did you come here? If it weren't for you, nothing would have to change. You cannot wake the windfish. Remember, you, too, are in the dream. Oh yeah, if you forgot the lore from last time, we're in a dream. That's like the big thing for this game. So when we wake the windfish, the dream ends. And everyone on the island disappears. Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. All right. But yo, we got drums though. The thunder drum. Dun 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 dun. I think drums would be a whole lot of fun to play. I wasn't much of an instrument person, and I do wish I could like get into music a little bit more, but it's also difficult. Egg. The egg on the mountain calls. Sorry, I had to raise my arms for egg. All right. Well then. Seems like we're ready to start doing cleanup. So, I need to real quickly get the heart container list. Or heart pieces list. And then... yeah. Okay. So we've definitely gotten all the ones from the games, or from the trendy game. We've gotten one there. I am looking at Zelda Dungeon right now, so apologies if I'm going to be like looking at things for a little bit. I'm just trying to find locations that we haven't done stuff in. Okay. I think I actually have an idea. This might actually be a lot faster than I was expecting. So I'm gonna go to Eastern Taltal Mountains. And then I think I need to get up to the top part of it first, which I think is this way. So stairs and then out this way. Yep. And then I'm gonna jump down this hole here. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is actually accessible earlier. From we'll go out into this area. So over there is the river run, and yeah. That one's inside of that hole there. But we got this. So now we have Danpé. We have Danpé. And in order to make Danpé at least a little bit more tolerable, I'm going to have I have some music that we'll listen to while we do Danpé. So we're just telling him what's going on. Sorry that I haven't been voicing this. I've just been like, I'm just like in auto mode because I wanna get this done. We're almost there. We probably have another hour. Okay, we're gonna be arranging the level 3 ones, stair decisions, and I'm gonna turn down this, and then we're gonna be playing some music courtesy of Chill Hop, though it might actually make sense for me to let me grab my, actually wait, hold up, I can do a thing. I just need to make sure that the audio levels are good. So do that. And we're gonna listen to some music. No, that's a little bit... Actually, is that good quality? Let me know if the audio is too high or too low. I want to listen to this in real time as well. I like Chill Hop's music. Ooh. Got some vibes going. All right. Lo-fi music to build dungeons too. You know what? We're gonna place that there. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if it's too loud, because it can very easily be too loud. because my audio is just weird. Okay, let's see. So we need staircases in the corners. We could toss actual staircase pieces in the corners, or we could... Okay, but we can't do that in the upper right one. So what we'll do is we will toss this staircase here. I think the way that I did this one was I set it up so that this whole area here was entirely pointless to go into because it was just full of boss pieces. I think that's the way that I set it up, and I think that's the way that I'm going to set it up again because as previously mentioned, I have done this before. And I know that we have a lot of pieces that are just pointless boss battles that I don't want to deal with, so it just makes sense. Just toss them in there. So we've done that one. We can do that one. We can toss that in there. But it ends up just using a whole lot of pieces, which I think is actually really cool. Place that one there. Yo. What's y'all's opinion on like lo-fi and stuff, or just like chill music like this? I think it has its place, and like I'm a fan of it as the fact that we're listening to it. But I'm curious what y'all think about it. Okay, let's see. So I do have to account for extra chests being necessary, but that shouldn't be too bad. Let's place that there. Because there needs to be an equal number of chests as there are locked doors. So we are constantly needing to like keep up to date on stuff. Oh man. It's also been like a month since I listened to like anything from Chill Hop. Or not a month, more than a month, way more than a month. Yeah, I'm making this corner just nightmare. Like just boss is all over the place. Yeah. I'm a fan of these musics. Okay. That one's not a horrible one. Let's see. What can we do? We need a staircase in the bottom corner. Okay, that's gonna be... I could do one from this set. I don't like doing that one. We could do that one. And then we have a whole bunch more staircases that we need to work with. But I want them all. We could just drop a staircase like immediately right there. Another staircase right here. I don't know. And actually on the sub talk of just like music and stuff, lyrics or no lyrics, I think lyrics do have a place in music, obviously. They allow you to tell a better story. But I've heard like plenty songs that have gotten me most of the tears, like almost the tears, just off of their instrumentals and stuff. So like I'm always like, I don't know. Oh, effects plus panels. Yeah, I don't want that. All right. No idea what this song's going for, but you know, I'm here to vibe a little bit. Let's see. I could totally tolerate handling the Staphos fight because it's not that difficult. I kind of want to finish this whole section off, though. I'm like going at this like reverse because I'm crazy. Do that there. That gives us a couple options. Honestly, we could just toss one of these in here. I don't want to do that one. We could do that one though. Does it make sense? This one's an easy one. And then we just have one of these right angle corners. That's an easy one. Okay. Ooh, fun on that one. Okay. We're at the final stretch. It's just getting all these things added. That's honestly the hardest part with this. Just go down. Boop over there. And to be honest, I think what's probably gonna end up happening is I'm probably gonna just do a cut when I do the edit of this for this section. So I don't have to speak too much if I don't want to, but I do like talking, even if it's just to myself sometimes. You know, like actually, unironically, talking to yourself, like it sounds like a crazy person thing to do, and it definitely is. But it's also like kind of therapeutic as well. Just like being able to like put your thoughts out there in a way. I don't know whether or not it's healthy to do, but it's definitely something that can help some people. I mean, it's helped me from time to time, unironically. Let's see. Because honestly, that's a little bit of what streaming is for me. Is like, it's the ability for me to just ramble, and you know, if somebody listens, somebody listens. If somebody doesn't, somebody doesn't. You know, just get to speak my mind, give opinions, talk about, you know, like stuff that I'm interested in, tech news, and like just try to have fun. So I don't know. That is so nice. Just see all of that go blue. Huge. Okay. This one's good there. We could just do a corner piece here. It's a good corner piece one. This is a good corner piece one. Okay. Now we're just down to this. Brass tacks. You know, honestly, the music kind of helped a little bit with just like helping me to just like push through this. All right. Yeah, that one's a good one. Place that there. We now have just going up this way, and then this is pretty non-staircase required, and we just avoid this entire corner. Like literally, that's all we need to do is just avoid that corner. So, you know what? I'll take it. Fun. Okay, let's put something. We need a corner piece here. So now all of this is accessible. Now it's just figuring out how best to sort this out. I think, unironically, if we do a right angle here, we do a vertical run like this. We might need another staircase. Do we have any more? We actually have a staircase one. So we do that. And we do this. Ooh, we really don't have enough verticals to make this make sense. But we might be able to recover this. And I want fast on this, so I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, previous songs, in case y'all are interested. The first one was She Won't Say by Psalm Trees and Guillaume Michel. I don't know. Some Are of Love by Psalm Trees. Bring Me Sun, Part 2, Psalm Trees. Joey's Gone, Psalm Trees. We're just listening to Psalm Trees right now. But, you know, I do not mind. And all those are connected. Perfect. Okay. So now we just need a corner piece. Which we can do with that. And then the coup de grace would be this, but that's not good. So we need to rethink this a bit. Instead of a quad there, could I do that? I could do that. It could cause some issues though. What if we take this out and we take this out? We replace that with this, which would mean we would no longer have to go there. Go over to here. I don't want to add this one, but this one's actually really easy. Like, it always intimidated me just off the look of it, but it's not that bad. And then we just grab like one of these, or just do one that doesn't have one. There we go. All right, and this is Who Knows by Psalm Trees as well. All right, we're gonna pause that for now. Get our audio back up. And we're gonna take this on. And hope that I don't get DMCA'd for that. Okay. No, I'm pretty careful about Digital Millennium Copyright Act, so I shouldn't get anything. And I think I've worked with Chillhop before on my Twitch. My Twitch account is at least connected with them, so it shouldn't give me any problems. That's really painful. That definitely helped speed up building a little bit, I will say. So I'm pretty glad about that. All right. I would teleport back, but I'm lazy, and I'm just gonna jump back. Because, like, it's literally right here. Okay, grab that. Literally actually doesn't even matter, because I'm just gonna teleport once I get the nightmare key. So I'm just gonna ignore the fact that I left that room incomplete and just move on with my day. All right, boop, boop. There we go. We're getting through this. Hopefully this doesn't come to bite me in the back. Let's just set blocks of warning as to inform us, hey, don't go in here. This is bad. Okay, so cross over there, down. We don't have to go up there at all. No, do we? God. Sometimes I just need to, like, look at the list or like look back at how everything connects and all that. Like, I should just take a screenshot beforehand before even going in there. I don't know why I don't. Like, it would actually legitimately be a smart idea. So that way I don't run into the instance of me running into like 50 billion bosses. But oh well. All right. Cross over here. I think we eventually take this staircase, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. Okay. Cross here. Man, that guy was toxic. All right. Let's go. also trying to think of like what would be fun to do after I finish all of Zelda. I don't know if I want to do another, hey, let's 100% on an entire series thing, because like the only other series I could think of for doing that would be either Mario or Metroid. And as much as I love both of those games, no. Just no. I don't want to subject myself to any more torture. Just simply because those games, like, there's a lot of collectibles among them. Especially Metroid. Metroid has so many collectibles, but I wouldn't be opposed to playing Metroid Prime 4 when that comes out. If that's even coming out this year. I don't know if we've heard anything about Metroid Prime 4. I even put out a tweet about it on my Twitter, because obviously that's where tweets go. But I was talking about it. I was like, man, that Nintendo Direct's really cool. Like, they kind of answered a lot of the stuff that I was hoping to see. And then I saw a comment that literally was like, man, they really forgot to talk about Metroid Prime 4 at all. And I was immediately saddened because I really love that game series. Do I just have to shoot an arrow? If so, that's pretty easy. Ooh, that wall is not easily bombable. How am I expected to blow up that wall? Excuse me? Let's see. Nope. Can I place that there and will it explode the wall? It does. Huh. Man, bomb range be crazy. Alright. Time to play some chess. Once again, favorite little puzzle in this game. Gotta say. Alright. Grab that. And we're at the point where we just have rupees. Man, if only money actually really had a big purpose. Man, that would be huge. Alright. Cross over. Come on. Yeah, no, I'm like thinking about like different games to play and stuff. I'm half considering doing some multiplayer stuff. And like that, I mean like some competitive multiplayer. But I honestly don't know what I would do. Because like on one side, I don't want to like step on people's toes. And by that, I mean like kind of like infiltrate categories that a couple of my friends are doing. Like Overwatch, like I'm actually halfway decent at Overwatch. I don't know if I would make good Overwatch content though for streams. And it's kind of like it's trying to find like the right niche, if that makes sense. But the problem is like going too obscure and stuff. I don't know. I'll figure it out though. Because I'm pretty multifaceted and I can do pretty well in a lot of games. So, yeah, figure it out. I didn't do this to myself, did I? Okay. I got very scared for a second that I would have had to have gone over here and do stuff in order to get to the other side of this. I got very scared. But it's fine now. We're good. We lived. Wonderful. Wunderbar. All right. Let's see. So we could break up straight ahead. Actually, that's kind of what I should do. I am gonna have to, like, I think there's a boss here, a mini boss, but that's fine. But if I break up straight here, that puts me on a great line. So I'm just gonna do that. All right, easy room. Easy room. Oh man. At least this dungeon isn't too badly set up. The next one that we have to make might be a little bit tricky, but you know, we'll see what we can do. All right, let's get this quickly and get through that door so we don't have to be concerned about it closing on us at all. You never know. All right, and just might as well swing at a distance and use the sword beam. That sword beam is so good. Oh man, sword beam is one of like the coolest things with Legend of Zelda, honestly. Outside of the hook shot. Hook shot is like really good. I love the hook shot. It's a problem. Okay, I'm screwing this up. Let's figure this out. There we go. Have I mentioned how much I like the hook shot yet? Hook shot is one of my favorite items. It's a problem. I am well aware that it's a problem. Okay, we're gonna go over this way. Fight all this. And that gets that chest, and then I think I might have needed to go down. Actually no, we can go around. It was technically a wasted bomb, but who cares? Oh my god. This is crazy. Okay. Oh, this is so nice. Because literally all I need to do is I just need to fill this out and then I can grab the item. And then technically I should go down, but I'm going to go over to the side because there's still an item that I need to grab. Yeah, I'm gonna just go. Just go. There we go. All right. And 5 rupees we get. Ha ha ha. Almost there. Just ignore that and just don't need to fill it in anymore. So we just go over there. Okay. Last chest. Hopefully we'll get the boss key. Is it this room? No, it's down a room. Okay, easy fix. God, that's honest. Like, wait. Oh no, we literally had it. It was literally right over here. Might as well go get the Guardian Acorn as well. All right. We sit and wait for a bit. I woke up late today. So I'm like, I shouldn't be as sleepy as I am. I think if anything, I'm more hungry than sleepy. I had cereal for breakfast, which like was good. We're good to move on. But I honestly wanted to make a bit of eggs. But I just didn't want to use a giant pan for it. Do you ever have that issue where like you have a small pan to like make your eggs in or whatever? And then you like use it for something else, and then you just don't want to make like eggs or anything else until you clean that, but then you're like too lazy to clean that. Because that's kind of the situation that I'm in right now. Because I cooked hamburger on I think Friday night. No, not Friday. Thursday? Yeah, I cooked hamburger on Thursday, and it's Saturday, and like I cleaned it. It's just not dry. Like I use soap, and I'm probably gonna actually re-clean it just to be safe, because I have just been having it sit there. But I want eggs. I want eggs. Cooking stream would be hype though, honestly. When I get, cause I have a webcam, that my friend in California is using right now. I literally mailed it to him, like at the start of the pandemic, because he didn't have a webcam. All right, new challenge. Let's get arrangement started. I'll finish telling the story and then we'll turn the music back on, because I want this in the video because it's fun. I gave him 3 dungeons, or 3 hearts in this dungeon. Fun. But anyway, I gave one of my friends my webcam. I'm gonna actually replace the boss that we're fighting with this one, so it's a little bit easier. Is it cheating? Maybe. So I gave him my webcam for use while he's in California, because he didn't have a webcam and he wanted to be able to do like Zoom calls or whatever with his family. You know, makes sense. But when I get that back, which will probably be post-pandemic, I am definitely going to be considering setting up like a cooking stream, and I would just like stream it off my laptop and just have horrible audio and just not care. It'd be like much more informal stream compared to the prim and properness that you get out of my current live streams. So but if that sounds interesting, let me know, because I wouldn't mind doing like a cooking stream or something like that, where I'm just like going around and just chatting about stuff. I don't know. But my kitchen's like a bit of a mess, so I don't know. Maybe not. All right. So the secret for this one that we're doing is we're basically doing what we've done with a lot of the other ones. We're just like filling it up with bosses and stuff, and like trying to make essentially areas that we just don't even have any desire to go into. And then we're also taking advantage of the fact that we have stairs just all over the place. We do need to be careful though with the number of locked doors. So right now we're matched, but we don't want to have too many doors that are gonna have chests. And honestly, I think that should give us enough chest leeway. And if we take advantage of that, we can fill in the rest of this with a bunch of just blank spaces or spaces that have stairs and stuff. And we should be pretty good. You know, this one's not horrible. I feel comfortable about this, because we only have 3 hearts. We only have 3 hearts for this one. That's the challenge. We do have our bottle and we do have the secret medicine, but I don't want to die. So yeah. And then we swapped out of the boss because I can't just tank the boss with 3 hearts. So it's smarter to do the boss with, or Moldolga or whatever. Because it's an easier boss to get through. Boop. Oh no! And falling into pits sucks because it's half a heart. But we can always also regen heart, or not regen, but regain hearts. I'm gonna real quickly just go into this one, do this puzzle, so that way we can just have that done. I really wish I had a better one for like this sort of position, but oh well. But yeah, we are like 2 more dungeons away from having this game completed, which is going to be huge. Rupees joy, indeed. Yeah, and I probably could have gotten away with not having that chest there, but yeah, because it's only giving me like 2 keys. Yeah, I could have done the other one, but it's like I only took half a heart of damage. I was gonna take that half a heart anyways, and you know, we've recovered it. We're good. We just need to clear both of these out and get this chest. But we're almost there. Hype. Yeah. Man, 1 rupee. So good. Just the best. The best rupee in the game. Oh, man. Okay. Bombs there. And you there. Alright. And that's going to be the nightmare key. And we should be good to complete this. Come on. There we go. Get out of my way. There we go. Alright. And just need to shield through the rest of this. Actually, wait. Oh, because we're dealing extra damage. Oh my god. I might swap. Or wait, no, I can't do that for the next fight. But that is good. That is good to know that we could do that. Man. Okay. We're almost there. We are almost there. Oh, man. Ooh, bottle as well. That is actually going to be really helpful. Okay. I think we have 2 more. Yeah, we have 2 more. Okay. Well, for this one, we're going to turn the music back on. Because I want to just vibe with y'all. So let's get this going. Map making time. We're going to place that there. I did like having this. Let's start by making a corner of doom. Like, unironically, corner of doom. Just the corner that we're never going to touch. Because it's just bad. And then we'll go over it later and explain how it all works. Is this cheating? Slightly. Do I care? No. I do not care at all. Actually, we could theoretically make 2 corners of doom, honestly. In fact, you know what? I think I will. Yeah. I will say that the bosses in this game are pretty fun, though. Like, each of them have their, like, own little, like, trick and stuff that makes them interesting. So, like, I don't mind them. It's just, like, if you're playing it smart, it, like, you don't want bosses. Alright. Let's think. I don't think we can do Moldoga, actually. Oh, God. I'm gonna put you back there. Yeah, and I want to see what those are. Okay. That is the issue, is that it does mark that there are rooms that you do need swords to complete. So we are gonna have to be aware of that. So we might not be able to set up the, like, secondary, like, boss corner thing as much as I would want to. I'm gonna put this in here, though. I think we can get away with that. And actually, put that one in there. It does limit some of our options, but, you know, we'll figure it out. We always do. Put a staircase. That one. Okay. And actually, if that staircase is connected there to there, should be pretty good. But yeah, this challenge is gonna be a little bit tricky. Okay, we want to fight this boss. That's what I was trying to remember. Which boss we need to fight, and it's this one. Because this guy's just spam bombs and we're good. Let's see. Do that one there. That will actually give us some good movement options. Okay. I'm like just trying to like picture how everything I want to connect will work. Okay. That way. Use that one there. And that was Desire by Palm Tree. Or Psalm Tree. So that all connects like so. Ooh, I just noticed. Okay. 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 So I didn't clock this. I do need to get over to here somehow. Okay. Like, this still works. We can make this work. Easy. It's just trying to figure out how all that works. Do I need to fill all these in? I've always assumed that I needed to fill them in. But do I have to? These are questions I'm now asking myself. If we do that there, that connects to there. I think that's actually a shout. I'm like really thinking now. We're having like big thinking moments right here. Let's relax ourselves a little bit. I'm going to try to do something. I don't have that option with that one. That doesn't work the way I want it to. Okay. I'm gonna swap that out with that. That really doesn't connect the way that I want it to. I don't like that one because that takes too long to solve. That one should be fine. Swap that out. So I need to make a way to get over to here. And that's required. Okay. Well, this is where the bosses really come into play. And or just weird ways to connect things, I guess, as well. Ah, shoot. Okay. So that one, let's do you, and then let's do you. Oh, I need to swap this room out. It wants this way. Oh, god dang it. It wants one of these. Do you work? Yeah, you do. Okay, let's see what happens if I can, let's see if I can build a way to have, how best to describe this. I need a way to connect over to there, and I want to see if it's gonna force me to fill in all of the blanks, or if I can get away with only having partial blanks. Because if I can get away with partial blanks, that's huge. Yeah, but I don't think I can, is the issue. Yeah. So unconnected chambers. Wait, actually, what if I just get rid of that and then turn this into just a pure chest room? So what this means is I've been making my life really complicated, and I've been forcing myself to collect or fill every single place. I think for some of them it is required, but I think for some of them they aren't. Like the ones that are like shaped, they have the rule you have to fill in every space. But I've just been making stuff complicated because it's fun. Oh shoot, hold up. Let's get the game sound back. So because I don't know if I covered it before I turned off the music, I don't need to fill in all the spaces. I feel really dumb. Oh my god. And yes, I did just use my leg to move Link around while I wiped my eye. Fun. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so used to freaking sword spamming all over the place. But oh well. Oh well. But what this means is this is gonna be a quick one. Shoot. And we'll be definitely able to make or get all the components that we need quickly. So let's hop, skip, and a leap over. Oh man. Okay, I'm going to kick back a bit while we do this. I need to figure out how my chair freaking works again. There we go. Just make it so I can actually like lean back a little bit. Problem is that even with the almighty gamer chair, and I'm still like not good like seating balance. Like I'm actually kind of like half inclined to get a new chair. Why is... Oh, I guess I do have to cross over this? Okay. I wasn't aware that I needed to. Feels so awkward, that room. Okay. You know what? I can take it. I have to wait, though. It's upsetting. Just have to wait. Alright. Alright. Left, down, down. Okay. I do have to fight this guy regardless. And I'm trying to... I think it's the boomerang. And it be running. Come on. Come at me, bro. It keeps running from me. I don't understand. I'm just throwing a boomerang at it. There we go. God, if I didn't have the boomerang, it'd be crazy. You know what? While we're here, might as well fill up this fairy bottle. Just have the option for windfish. Okay. Time to hate absolutely everything. Never mind. It's not as bad because of boomerang. Big boomer hours there. Boomerang. Yo, let's go. Oh, you can tell I've been streaming for 3 hours. Okay. Well, we got that. I'm trying to remember where all of my connectors are. And let me tell you, there should be one over here. Okay. Ah, come on. All right. Only one more mini boss and then the whole area. And actually, we should be able to sneak by all of this and just get the, whatchamacallit. Like, yeah, we do still have, enemies to fight, but, I think once we hit the chest, we're good. Oh, man. That would have been huge if I could have just, like, burned him and be like, okay, you're done. But oh well. But luckily we can just use the song to teleport back to the start, and because I placed my things intelligently, I can just do that. I will be honest though, I am still a bit upset at the fact that I've been wasting time completely filling out the dungeon floors. It really upsets me. It really upsets me, but you know, it's just the way that it works. Come on, get around ya. I mean, it makes for more entertaining dungeons, I will say. It's just frustrating for me because, you know, it makes my routing more complex. So like, it becomes harder for me when I'm actually playing it. Oh, that was super close, because that could have been really bad if I had accidentally burned a thing that I wasn't supposed to. All right. Just one more quick run through. And doop, and doop. All right. I will say, I do like the fact that Link's able to jump in this game. Because it's just nice. It feels weird jumping in a Legend of Zelda game, but it's nice to jump in a Legend of Zelda game sometimes. Okay, that one goes there, and you go not there. You go here. Okay. Whoa. I'm like getting hyped. Is that just me? Like, we're almost there. We are almost there. I'm gonna actually just pull my beanie down a little bit. My hair is an absolute mess, and I apologize that you are forced to witness it. Okay. We're on last of these. Come on. Throw the ball. Ah, shoot. Okay, come on. Throw it. Throw the ball. You prick. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Come on. Throw it. Yeah, that's what you get for throwing the ball at me. Alright. And let's regen. Come on. There we go. Oh god, this room sucks. 'Cause it's like, wait, how do you even get through all this? Well, actually, I want to see if the fire rod works. No, it doesn't. You gotta use a bomb. Yeah. But all we need to do is just open this up, get the key, and then we can teleport out. Okay. All right. Almost there. You can't see it, but like underneath my desk, my like legs are bouncing like crazy, just like from excitement. Like that is how hyped I am right now. Yeah. All right. Boss time, boss time. Let's get you to explode. I'm literally going to be protecting the bomb. Oh, wow. I really made him mad. I don't think I've ever had him at that phase that soon. Like that's actually like really crazy. Okay, last bomb, we're good. Cleared it. Whew. Okay. Man, that's huge. Huge plays. All right. And the last plus hearts effect. And then last idea. So, but I think this one's like, okay. So you're on the clock on this one. The idea is to get to the boss and beat it in just 5 minutes. If you ask me, it comes down to how you place the entrance in the Nightmare Lair. Not that anyone asked me. So super easy setup at least. Okay. I'm gonna try to make the simplest dungeon that I can for this, and I want to see if it's working the way that that like I'm interpreting it. I'm gonna actually swap out the entrance one to one that's bi-directional, like this one. And I wanna see if that's how this works. It was only 2 swipes for this, so I'm gonna just do that. But if all this time I've been wasting time, I'm gonna be sad. I mean, that's just the facts of it all. I'm just gonna be sad if I didn't need to fill in all the spaces. Okay. I need to think. Because I also need to be doing this fast, so I need ones that I can do fast. This one makes more sense, and then see, the problem is what's going to end up happening is there's going to be, actually, I think if I play my cards right, then I can do this, right? I just need to think. We could actually have a big brain here. Put that there. And then that there. Yeah. So then I just need to go left, right. I don't think I have a intermediate one that, yeah. So yeah, left, right, and then go all the way over to the right and up into here, and then we'll play the song and get back. Easy. Okay. This is upsetting. This is upsetting that I don't need to fill it. But yeah, we got 5 minutes. Freaking heck. I didn't realize these guys were here. And that this was the mandatory room. Shoot, slimes. Okay. We got this. Shouldn't be too bad. I am blocking the timer. Give me a second. I didn't even realize I was blocking the timer there. Does that look good? That should be fine. All right. hate it. I hate it here. Okay. We're just gonna be sitting on the side for a little bit while we get this all sorted. Shoot, this room. Fun. Okay. First 30 seconds done. Only on the second chest, but that's fine. It's major fine. We can survive. Okay. So I need to run through the next room, run through the room after that, and then let's actually just verify. Yeah, run through 2 rooms. Shoot. I thought this room was a quick run through, not a, hey, yeah, clear out all the enemies here. Nope. Not gonna do that. Not gonna deal with you. Okay. I should be using my Pegasus boots more, and I'm not. Up the stairs, over here. Because I need to be carrying one of these in order to get through this guy. Easy, through, and we're good. Okay. Just up, left, and right. Okay. You know what? We're going to do big plays. We're just going to hop straight on it. Hop over to there if I can. Whew. That was some good timing on that jump. Oh, God. Spin off. God, I love free chests. So good. We are almost there. Honestly, like, once this is done, we are done. I would have loved to have done quick menuing there, but it's fine. I'm fine. We got the key. We could actually like walk back, but nah, we're gonna teleport. Like, we have more than enough time, but I don't want to screw this up. Warp to entrance. Imagine if it took a minute off of our time. That'd be crazy. Okay. All right, and jump. Okay. Time for a quick boss fight. Oh, God. Come on. There we go. Perfect. We did it. We did it. All right. Excellent. What a show. There were times I swear you had one foot in the grave. A thrill like that deserves something from my collection in exchange. Got a chamber. Nice. And we have a heart container, so we are officially at full health once we get the Wallmaster's plus effect. Oh. It's great to watch you work, but I've been wondering if it could be better. So I threw together some challenges that are tougher than anything I've given you so far. Try them, won't you? What are you here for? I'm here to quit. Yeah, thank you. We're done. We're done with it. Man, gotta love it. Gotta love it indeed. All right. There's one thing that we do need to take care of first, and that's gonna require us to go back to the village. I need to get a notepad out because there is a hint for the windfish that we need to get. And actually, we might actually chat with Marin for a quick bit as well. So I'm gonna, or just chat and see what she's up to. Because all these villagers will now give opinions about it. Thank you for everything, Link. You're the kindest boy I know. One day, I made a wish to the windfish. What was that wish? No, it was, no, it's a secret. So, this is the part of the game where the game tries to make you feel bad about you doing the windfish if you like talk to the people. Let's see here. The giant egg on Mount Tamaranch? They say the windfish is sleeping inside of it. Why? I don't know either. Where are you from, dude? Outside the island? What is outside? I never thought about it. Or maybe they don't. I don't know. Anyway, we need to read this book right here. Dark Secrets and Mysteries of Koholint. Do you really want to read it? Yes. Round and round the passageway of the eggs. We got right, up, up, left, up, up. Okay. This book reeks of secrets. So that right there is the directions that we need to go inside of the windfish. Because there is specific directions that we need to take in order to fully unlock the secret of the windfish. So, Link's gonna make his way over to the windfish. Let's go. God. I love when like you can just do combos like that in games that like aren't designed for combos. So like a run, and then beam shot. All right, Mount Tamaranch. And now, play the song. And we get to enjoy music. Zelda needs instruments again with Breath of the Wild 2, honestly. Honestly, it needs instruments again. All right. And with that, a hole in the windfish awakens. Mr. Owl, I swear to God, if you don't tell me, the time has come. The windfish awaits. Enter the egg. Hoot hoot. Swear to God, Mr. Owl. The underlying plot of this whole game is just Link trying to figure out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Imagine. All right. So these rooms now loop infinitely. So we need to follow the instructions that we got inside of the thingamadoohicker. If you didn't get the instructions before getting here, you can always teleport out. So just keep that in mind. And up and... Let's try that again. Please don't tell me I was dyslexic and marked things incorrectly. Oh, I missed a left, up, left, up. I just missed a left and an up. That's all. I got very scared for a moment there. Okay. So this is going to be a multi-phase boss battle. So, we were born of nightmares. To take over this world, we made the windfish sleep endlessly. If the windfish doesn't wake up, this island will never disappear. We would have been the masters of this place. But you had to come here and disrupt our plans. You can never defeat us. Let's rumble. Nani? Our shadow? Oh my God. It's an angry orb. I'm gonna have to take care of this. Alright. So this is gonna be very similar to several bosses that we've fought before. And so this is like the slime that we fought, I think in episode 2? I don't know. But that's phase 1. Phase 2 is Aghanim from Link to the Past. So he's either gonna shoot fireballs that we need to reflect back at him, or he's gonna fire this like kind of like 4-way thing that we need to dodge, because it splits. So we want to just fire the fireballs back. I don't know if we can use the shield, but it's just better to swing a lot of the times. At least he doesn't have his lightning bolt attack, because that would have been frustrating. Okay, come on. Fireball. God forbid. He is really liking that. It is actually really interesting that there's an Aghanim form to this boss fight as well. It just kind of throws me off. Hey, we got Maloga again. Come on. Dude, he's zooming. He's zooming around. Oh, come on now. Don't play hard to get. Come on. Come on now. There we go. We're doing pretty good. Ah, not Bowser, but a Ganon Shadow. Okay. So, God. Remember Link to the Past? Okay, throw that. Yeah, shoot. Okay. So you have to dash attack him, though we might actually not need to because we have the sword upgrade, but I don't know. So I'm playing it safe. Come on. No, we do have to dash attack. It's either dash attack or spin attack. And speaking of which, I'm actually gonna pop this real quick, just so we have that used. You're kidding with me on that. Okay. Let's go, let's go. We can recover. Do I miss having multi-stage final bosses in video games? I don't honestly know. Jesus, are you cheating? He's like literally, oh, I'm just gonna toss this into place and I'm just gonna hide right next to it. Like, at least give me a fighting chance, Ganon. Sheesh. There we go. I got a hit on him. I think what I'll do is I'll see if I can get it to the other corner. Alright, throw it over here. I think that was double hit on that. That's perfect. Okay. Last phase. And there we go. Let's go, gamers. Oh, no, never mind. I was like, ooh, last form, we got this. But no, this is the last form. So we have to use arrows on this phase. So his eyes will start to open. And then we can get 2 off if we're lucky. And I'm gonna honestly tank it. Like, there's no point for me not to tank it. Because I have the HP. Like, that is honestly the benefit of, like, getting full hearts during the entire playthrough. Is just, like, I don't have to care about it during the final boss. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, it's so close. He's off center. But there it is. There it is, folks. The island's gonna disappear. Her world is going to disappear. Her world. our world. Well then. The stairs. Link, you have beaten all the nightmares. Climb the stairs before you. Okay. Alright. Ooh. Seems weird for the interior of an egg, but okay. Mr. Owl, what are you doing in here? Hoot hoot. Young lad, I mean, Link, the hero. You defeated the nightmares. You have proven your wisdom, courage, and power. As part of the Windfish's spirit, I am the guardian of his dream world. But one day, the nightmares entered the dream and began wreaking havoc. Then you, Link, came to rescue the island. I have always entrusted in your courage. I knew you could turn back the nightmares. Thank you, Link. My work is done. The Windfish will wake soon. Goodbye, Hoot Hoot. Yo! It's the Windfish, my guy! I am the Windfish! Long has been my slumber. In my dream, an egg appeared. It was surrounded by an island with people, animals, an entire world. But verily, it be the nature of dreams to end. When I doth awake, Koholint will be gone. Only the memory of this dreamland will exist in the waking world. Someday thou may recall this island. That memory makes the dream world real. Come, Link. Let us awaken together. Play the 8 instruments. Play the Song of Awakening. Did I choose that on a whim? Yes. Did it work out well? Yes. That was such a good voice. Anyway, we're Hotline Miamiing to this entire island. Finally found the mushroom. Marin. Goodbye, Koholint Island. And out of the stream we go. Whoo! Oh, man. Oh, I love this animation. Oh, it's so good. Shadow? Yo, it's the Windfish. It's that boy. If you think I'm not going to use this for the thumbnail, you are entirely wrong. In fact, I literally screenshotted it because I know I'm going to use it for the thumbnail. God. It's so good. All right. Well, with that, we have finished Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. This game was a whole lot of fun. And there's so much to do. If I wasn't like constrained by like streaming it and like wanting to get through it relatively quickly, I would have been exploring a whole lot, talking to a whole bunch of people. In the section that we were with Marin, we had a whole lot of stuff that we could have done that's just like small extra things. Like we could have played the trendy game, we could have looked out over the beach, talked with people. Like there was a whole lot of stuff that we could have done that I didn't get to fully tap into. Also, this is the first time playing it as well. So it's like, you know, it's just interesting. But yeah, no, this game was a whole lot of fun, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. But yeah, no, this game's a whole lot of fun. I am definitely not changing my stream title right now, just so that way people can know that we're going to be going for the secret ending straight after this. YouTube folks are very lucky. They only get to see the credit scroll once, because I'll be trying my best to remember to cut out some of like the lag time and stuff. But yeah. We're gonna try to get through this. Luckily, all we have to do is beat Ganon again, which isn't too bad. Or not Ganon, the Nightmare of the Windfish, on my alt save, and then we'll be good. But yeah. Gosh, so many people worked on this, and honestly, it's such a good art style. I honestly would love to see more games in this style. Oh, and they went to like the original beat as well. Oh, like the chiptune mix. Oh, I like when they do like that, like side-by-side comparison. It's so good, honestly. Oh man, so fun. But yeah, whew, we are almost there, almost at the end of the credits. That's so good. All right. And yeah, this is 2019. Let's see what 2020 brings us for Legend of Zelda as well. All right. The end. All right. And we're just going to save it on there because I care not. Okay. And let's load up my secondary save of Lunk. Yes, I did work on a secondary save throughout the series, just specifically so I can get the secret ending, because I died in the first episode because I was not used to holding my shield all the time. And that was actually kind of a fun thing with doing with like learning this for the first time. Like the shield is so necessary. It's crazy. Oh man, that's really fun. Windfish, yeah, we've already heard all this, Mr. Owl. We are well aware. Okay, so I didn't realize where I saved this. Okay. But yeah. So we're just gonna try to get through all this as quickly as possible. But yeah. I'm trying to like think about what animation style that is. Because like my brain like wants to say Ghibli. Because like I always associate Ghibli with like older stuff. But I just don't know. I am getting text messages. What the heck? Alright. I'll respond to that once we're finished with this. But, aw, man. It's just so, that's such a good shot. Like, I could have that be a loop with a wallpaper engine, and I would be happy. Like, that shot of Link, like, it's just so wholesome. Okay. I don't want to touch anything because I don't want to skip, like, the last little cutscene. But man. Do I give another review of this game? Graphics, excellent. The art style is so cool, honestly. Like, it put me off a little bit at first, but, like, I eventually grew to like it a whole lot. Replayability, excellent. Gameplay, controls a whole lot better than a lot of the top-down Zelda games I've played. Man, music. Zelda just always nails it with music. That's just facts. And there's just plenty of good tunes in this. Man. I'm glad I got to experience this, honestly. Like, if I didn't have the chance to, like, sit down and actually, like, play this, it would have been just weird. I don't know. I don't know how best to describe it. It's been fun. I really do enjoy these games. I do complain. I complain a lot about games. But I complain because, like, I'll point out something and I'll say, you know, I wish this was a little bit better. Or, like, this is a small, like, improvement that could be made. And then, you know, I find out things that make more sense. Like, for example, the Danpé puzzles. I thought you had to fill every single space, but no, you don't. And I'm just stupid. It's fun, though. We try to have fun with this. So, yeah. Oh, I totally should have looked at who was doing, like, the animations and stuff. Cause like, it probably has it on this list. But totally missed it. Unless it's like a specific, like, studio. But, oh well. Who knows? Like, it could have been any of those, like, LLCs that were mentioned. Oh, I love, like, little breakdowns like that. Oh, so good. Whatever. It's copyright stuff. The end. But there's more. We literally did all of that for 90s animation style Marin. And she turned into a seagull, like she said she wanted. That, oh my god, that might have been her wish to the windfish. All right, I'm not going to save on this one, but I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this series. Coming Monday, we're going to be starting our adventure in Ocarina of Time, the, like, mega classic Legend of Zelda game. So I hope you all show up for that. And yeah, I did take a look, and there was nobody around to raid, so we're just gonna end on this. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.